Hello my darlings, my name is Sabrina and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, a warm welcome to you. Sabrina-Siobhan is a lifestyle channel and I create content related to fashion, health and fitness, weight loss, personal development and pure positivity. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, click the subscribe button below so you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. And without further ado, let's get into today's video.
Okay, so it's a bit of a different setup today. Um, I created this video for you, and when I played it back, I realized that the audio was really bad. And I just couldn't put it out there. The quality is just not good enough. So I've decided to re-record the audio for you. So it won't be me talking to you live, but you're getting the audio version. So this channel really is just a bit of a trial and error at the moment because I'm just getting to grips with things and just, finding ways to work and, slowly making improvements. So bear with me, guys. But I hope you enjoy this video all the same. Okay, so the month of February really is the season of love. There's a massive emphasis on romance, heart-shaped chocolates, roses, marriage proposals, proposals of other kinds, valentines, galantines, or is it galantines? I never know how to pronounce that. Anyway, it's a massive celebration of the love we have for another, whether that's for your significant other or your friends. However, this season can be quite depressing for those that are not in a relationship and don't necessarily have anything to celebrate. So I know the whole Galentine's thing tries to combat this, but celebrating the love you have for your friends doesn't quite hit the same as celebrating the love you have for a significant other, especially if you're looking for love, right? That being said, whether you're in a relationship or not, you can celebrate the love you have for yourself. Because let's face it, you can't truly love another if you don't love yourself. It definitely starts with you. So in today's video, I'm going to share 3 ideas on how to show yourself some tender love and care, not only in this season, but all the time. Okay, so caveat. I know we don't all have the same 24 hours in a day. Therefore, however you choose to practice self-love and care will definitely be subjective to you. The key word here, though, is practice. Like most things, the more you do it, the better you become. This is a process. Idea number 1 is practicing positive affirmations. You can show yourself love by affirming all of the great and positive things about yourself. So, first things first, what actually is an affirmation? What is affirming? When you are affirming something, it means you are saying, this is true, this is facts. So, you can put together a list of positive words or statements and affirm them back to yourself, or rather reaffirm them back to yourself. For example, I am clever, I am smart, I am beautiful, I am talented, I am capable of achieving all of my goals. I've said the words, those words are true, it is a fact, I am all of those things. You get the gist, right? So, even if you don't feel like you are all of those things at the time, you can reaffirm it back to yourself, because what happens is the more you practice those particular affirmations, the more you begin to believe it, your confidence grows and you become empowered. You can practice positive affirmations by saying the words out loud to yourself, like I just did, reading them to yourself, writing them down on paper or in your journal, perhaps even writing them on your phone and having them as a screensaver, putting them on your wall, and or even listening to somebody else, recite them either on a podcast or on a YouTube video like this. If you can't think of any positive descriptive words to create your list, you can literally search online. There are millions. And you can search by context. For example, search for self-love affirmations, weight loss affirmations, productivity affirmations. You know, the context is literally endless. So, here are some beautiful affirmations to start off with. I am loved. I am loving. I am beautiful. I am strong. I am capable of becoming a better person. Practicing affirmations literally has to be one of my favorite tools of, self-development. I've been practicing affirmations for a while. What I like to do, I don't necessarily do it all the time. Remember, I said it's a process, but I try and, wake up every morning, just give thanks for the day, and then recite my affirmations back to myself. I love saying them out loud, or I listen to some recorded positive affirmations and I say them out loud. I don't know. For me, I connect with just, speaking them out loud. Like, it just feels, even more real to me. I remember, for example, when I first, started working out properly last year. And, I kept saying to myself, I am strong. And at the time, I wasn't strong physically. I definitely wasn't. I was weak. Okay, and because I was at the beginning of my journey, but I just kept saying to myself, I am strong. And repeating that to myself. And as the days went on, I started to believe it, but I also started to, feel it as well. And, now I am it. I am strong. Do you know what I mean? Like, I am strong, and I mean it, I love practicing positive affirmations. It's, really one of the things that has, helped me a lot. Idea number 2. Buying yourself a token of appreciation. Another way you can show yourself some love and care is by buying yourself a token of appreciation periodically. So, when it's someone's birthday, we often buy them a gift to show them how much we love them and appreciate them. And a lot of thought usually goes into this, because you obviously have to take the time out to think about what they would like, and then you have to go and find that thing, buy it, wrap the gift up, make it nice and presentable, and you present it to the person. This is the same, but in reverse, and the celebration is yourself. I am to be celebrated. This token doesn't have to be expensive, it doesn't have to be a big item, but let it be something that is just for you. Something that ticks your boxes, something that will make you smile, whatever you like. A bunch of flowers, a book, a magazine, a charm for your Pandora bracelet, a plant. It can be anything. It's subjective to you. But the key thing here is to ensure you do this regularly so as to not to forget about yourself. For example, I really love flowers. I think they're so beautiful, and I love it when I receive flowers as a gift, but I don't get gifts all the time, right? So I, would do my shopping once a week, and, at the end of my shopping trip, I'm getting to the till and I'm seeing these beautiful flowers, and I'm like, Sabrina, why don't you just buy a bunch for yourself? And so I did. And so at one point, I literally used to buy myself some flowers, every week when I was doing my shopping. And that small thing made me feel good, tiny thing, £5 a week or something like that. But it made me feel good. And for the rest of the week, I could look at these beautiful flowers, I'd put them in my office. So, I'd be working and I'd, look at these beautiful flowers in my office, and that small thing, made me feel good. This particular idea is really good for mums and dads or carers, because often when you're caring for others, it's easy to forget about yourself because you are constantly putting the needs of others before your own. The key thing here is to practice this regularly. So, whether it's once a week or every other week or once a month, I really wouldn't let it go past a month, because a month shouldn't go by where you don't think about yourself. Think there's only 12 months in a year, right? So if we say we're doing this 12 times, that's not a lot in the grand scheme of things. When there's 365 days in a year, and out of those 365, you're, treating yourself 12 days, right? It's not a lot. So it is definitely something that should be practiced regularly. Hence why I said it doesn't have to be this big expensive thing. Let it be manageable, to you and your circumstances. So it's something that you could definitely do. Hope that makes sense. Idea number 3: taking time out for yourself. Another way you can show yourself some love and care is by taking some time out for yourself. Now, I know time is a hot commodity. We have busy lives. We're working, looking after the children, looking after the family, shopping, doing our chores, this, that, the other. The list is literally endless, and it can be hard to find time for yourself, but it is important. Taking time for yourself gives you a chance to take a breather, to rest, to think, to reflect, to plan, or even just luxuriate in your own company. Periodically, build some time for yourself into your schedule, whether that's daily, weekly, monthly, whatever this looks like to you, whatever your life will allow, but make it a priority. It could literally be something as small as having a nice bubble bath. Now, I know this sounds trivial because having a bath or a shower is something that we do every day, but make this time intentionally special for you. For example, in advance, buy a nice new bubble bath, or even some essential oils to add to the bath, light some candles, get a glass of something nice, get in the bath, shut the door, get in the bath and relax. There's nothing like it. Now, I know there will be some yummy mummies out there that will say they don't even have a minute alone to use a toilet, let alone to have a luxurious bath. But what I say is, where there's a will, there's a way. Wait until the children have gone to bed, do it whilst they're at school, do it whilst they're sleeping. I don't know, but get creative, right? Another way to, completely take some time for yourself is, take yourself out for lunch or dinner. So it might be hard to do if you're not used to it, but it's so fulfilling. You could literally, probably start off with going for a solo coffee date. So the idea here is to get dressed up, go to the venue, have all the things you like. It's all about you. And, whilst you're there by yourself, you could maybe bring a book with you to have some relaxation time, or a journal to write down, your reflections, or to, start planning something. It is literally up to you with what you do within that time. This is something that I like to do periodically. I work from home, so I feel like I'm at home all the time. And sometimes it can be, quite difficult for me to get that real time for myself in the house, just because it's becomes a bit monotonous looking at the same four walls. So when I'm at home, I'm constantly doing something and I've got that association. So what I do is I, say, I'm going to go for a coffee. So I take myself to my local Costa or Starbucks, buy myself a nice coffee, a skinny Americano with double shot of caramel, and, maybe a croissant, whatever. And, bring my journal, bring my laptop with me, and, just take that time for myself. And it feels good because, number one, I've scheduled that time. I've made that appointment with myself. It's a bit of a treat. It's outside of my normal four walls. And at that particular time, whilst I'm there, I'm just thinking about me, and I'm getting to do, whatever it is that I would like, at that particular time, with no distractions, because I'm not at home where my normal distractions live. If you live in a busy household, it could just be as simple as you just want to go out and have a nice meal by yourself without having to consider anybody else, Does that make sense? I hope it does. I think this particular idea is the most basic one, but it seems like it's the hardest one for many of us to practice, just because it's hard to, carve that time into your day. Most of my day goes by and I'm literally, thinking about something. There's always something, on my mind. My mind is ticking. Even when I'm by myself, so I've got time by myself, but it's not time for myself because I'm not thinking about myself. I'm thinking about something else. My mind is preoccupied. When you're taking time out for yourself, you have to make it intentional. You have to be intentional about what you're doing. I could easily just sit down, at 7 o'clock and watch something on the telly, right? It's unplanned. It's just what I'm doing. But whilst I'm sitting there, I'm still thinking about, a million other things. The telly's watching me because I'm on the phone or I'm scrolling through Instagram or whatever it is. I'm preoccupied, right? Because I haven't intentionally set that time for myself. But if I say to myself, Sabrina, at 7 o'clock, you're going to sit down and write in your journal, for example, then, when 7 o'clock comes, I know what's going to happen. I know what I'm planning to do. I know that I've got that thing to do for an hour, and I know it's all about me. And then I will make good use of the time, if that makes sense. And in fact, I think being intentional applies to, all of these things, because if you're not intentional about, looking after yourself, then the days will go on and go by and you can quite easily just forget about yourself, So anyway, that brings me to the end of the ideas for self-love and self-care. Definitely I'm going to be doing more of these and just exploring, self-love and self-care even more. Stay tuned for that. Even if you practice just one of these points, it will make a massive difference to your life. As I mentioned earlier, self-love and care and development doesn't just occur overnight. It is a process and accumulation of effort over time. Leave a comment down below letting me know which idea resonates with you the most. If you liked this video, please click the like button and subscribe, as that will really help support the development of my channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Mwah.